only as good as its weakest player. My middle school orchestra director always told us this in an attempt to get us to practice our instruments. I really didn't understand that when she first told us this, but after I realized that you have to practice for the good of the whole orchestra, I found out that it is good to practice and that you should. So now that I agree with her, I find that we need to fight this anti-practice idea that has taken hold in so many orchestras. And to fight it, we have to know where it takes place. It can happen anywhere because it's a silent movement, meaning we can't detect who's following this idea. So like amateurs, they may not care, so they're not going to practice because they don't care. And then professionals may also not practice because they may have the piece memorized, so they're just not going to practice. And since it can happen to anyone, we have to be aware of it, so that way we know where to be able to look to be able to fight it. And also this can occur anywhere, like it doesn't happen just in America or just in high schools. It's all over the world in any orchestra. And the other thing we have to know to fight the movement is what its cause is. And there are many causes that may influence why people don't practice, but the one that scholars most accept is a lack of enthusiasm or people not caring about what they're doing. Amateurs may just not care about the instrument, so they choose not to practice. And then professionals may just be uninspired by the pieces they already know. Like they played the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky and Beethoven's Fifth Symphony a lot of times. They've got it down. They know what's going on. And though some may argue that this has come from overconfidence, it also goes back to them not caring because every time you play music, it has a different interpretation. It has a different style. So that also comes from a lack of enthusiasm. And again, that was only one cause. There are many. I just haven't mentioned them. And then the other thing we have to know is the effect of not practicing. It's more than one would realize. Like, it affects the entire orchestra and that one person. Like, not practicing means that you don't know what the whole orchestra sounds like. So you can't sound like them because you don't know what they sound like. And then so not sounding like the rest of the orchestra muffles the sound of the whole orchestra, and it makes everyone sound bad. Also, not practicing means that you're not paying attention to the sound of the orchestra when you play with them. So you're focused on the mechanics of what you're doing, rather than what the orchestra is doing. So it takes away from your own experience from the music. So not only does not practicing lower the level of the entire orchestra, it also interferes with your enjoyment of the music. And so we need to fight the idea of not practicing by to fight it, we can show our appreciation for music, like attending concerts or encouraging other people to continue with the music and continue to love it. And also you can have them analyze complex pieces, like looking at the score for each kind of music shows you how all the parts work together. And seeing that is really going to help them see how it's a beautiful thing. And then also the other thing you can do is have them attend musical performances, because attending those musical performances by people that are already inspired and are incredibly passionate about what they do, it manifests that passion into their listeners. So we're really fighting this movement by showing our own appreciation for it and inspiring the people that are uninspired to appreciate it. And all of this culminates to the simple fact that we must fight this anti-practice idea. We know that this idea comes from not caring about music and that any musician can come to feel this way. So let's take that information and do what we can with it to stop the spread of this anti-practicing movement.